All right, so today we're doing something kind of different.
Okay.
We are gonna try to unpack some pretty powerful lyrics
Mhm.
from a recent music video. It's a mix featuring Drake called "She Got Me Tied Up,"
Interesting.
and we're not even going to look at the whole transcript.
Okay.
We are just going to zero in on one section,
Gotcha.
just a few lines, really.
hmm
But trust me, it's a total rabbit hole of meaning here.
Yeah. I find that sometimes the shortest little snippets
Yeah.
can be the most dense with meaning.
Totally.
So yeah, lyrics, they're just little windows into these huge emotional landscapes.
Okay, so the phrase "She got me tied up,"
Right.
it's the recurring one.
Right.
And then you got this interesting juxtaposition with "We ain't in North Carolina."
Interesting.
When you hear those lines, what are your new thoughts?
Well, I think repetition in lyrics is always like a clue.
Yeah.
It's pointing to something that's important to the artist, right?
Right.
And tied up, like obviously it could be literal,
Yes.
but it's probably a metaphor
Yeah.
for something more complex.
Right.
The question is, what kind of tied up are we talking about? Is this like the blissful captivity of a really intense love?
Mhm.
Or is it like a feeling of obligation?
Ooh.
Or is it even something darker,
Yeah.
like
yeah.
manipulation, you know?
That's a great point about different shades of tied up there.
Yeah.
It definitely adds a layer of complexity.
Yeah.
And then there's this North Carolina reference.
Right.
It feels almost intentionally out of place.
Okay.
What do you make of that?
Well, I mean, I think the use of like a specific location like that in lyrics is rarely just accidental. You
Yeah.
know, it often acts as a symbol,
I
a
know.
way to represent something beyond just the literal place. So, think about what North Carolina might stand for
Okay.
in a broader cultural context, right? I
Right.
mean, it's a state,
Right.
which could imply a sense of freedom, independence,
Right.
a world outside of the speaker's current situation.
Oh, I see where you're going with this.
Yeah.
So if North Carolina represents freedom, then being tied up takes on a whole new meaning.
Exactly.
Right.
It's like they want to escape, but they can't.
Yeah.
They're stuck.
Yeah, like a yearning for escape.
Totally.
And that yearning is even more complicated when we look at those lines
Mhm.
about the speaker feeling better off before the relationship, but also paying a price for not guarding their heart.
Right.
So it's like a push and pull, right?
Yeah, it's that classic push and pull, like
Yeah.
the longing for what was, even though, you had your reasons to move on.
That really resonates,
Yeah.
doesn't it?
It does.
It's like that age-old dilemma, right?
Totally.
And I think so much of the human experience is wrapped up in these kinds of contradictions.
Absolutely.
We want things and then we don't want them.
Yeah, and we can feel multiple things at once.
Exactly.
You can feel trapped and nostalgic at the same time,
Mm-hmm.
relieved and regretful.
Yes, exactly.
It's messy.
Yeah, it's messy. And the speaker even acknowledges this internal struggle, right? When they say, "I think I'm going through phases."
That line's huge.
Right.
I mean, everyone listening has gone through phases, those
They will.
periods of change and uncertainty where you're just trying to figure things out.
Right. And not just in relationships,
Totally.
in life too.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's like a constant thing.
It is.
It never stops.
No,
Right.
you're always growing and changing.
Right. So even in these few lines, we've uncovered all this stuff about love, regret, freedom, personal growth.
Yeah.
It's amazing how much a tiny little snippet can reveal.
Language is powerful,
Yeah,
especially when it's mixed with music and emotion.
totally.
These lyrics, they give us a peek into the human heart.
They do.
They invite us to connect with our own experiences.
Right. Our own longings and contradictions,
Totally.
complexities of love.
Mm-hmm.
Well, on that note, we're going to leave you with a final thought here.
Okay.
As you go about your day, let these lyrics kind of resonate in your mind.
Yeah.
Did they bring up any personal connections for you? Do they make you think about any relationships in your own life?
Yeah.
Maybe those phases that you've gone through or that you're going through right now.
Right.
There's always more to uncover, both within ourselves
Mm-hmm.
and within the art that speaks to us.
That's the truth.
Thanks for joining us for this deep dive, and we'll catch you next time.
See ya.